Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I'm back with another video here. I'm not happy at all. This was not the it's not a game that you can have. Look, I know the Flyers are depleted with injury. I know the playoff race is so tight and you need points and all that, and unfortunately you cannot continue to have games like this. This is two of the last three that have been absolute blowouts and routs against you. And the schedule looks even worse. Again, you have Boston Saturday, Toronto again, Carolina, Boston again, Florida, and then the Rangers. And it's tough for the Islanders. Thank God the Islanders and Detroit lost tonight in regulation, so no change there. 76 still for the Flyers, 72 and 72 for those two teams. Buffalo was on a tear. They could be making it now. I mean, it's going to be tough. And with the Flyers, running this defense and running this core and whoever, and I thought a lot of guys were not good in this game. For starters, the Flyers looked really bad defensively, and it felt like they could not win a single puck battle. It felt like every time there were two Leafs and there was one Flyer, there were two of the goals are on Urson. The second one, everyone says that won't be unsavable, whatever. I thought he could have saved that. The third one, that can't go in. I'm sorry. This proves my point about Urson, that he cannot play in any high-end game. He can't. I mean, he's proven it over and over again that he cannot do it. Boston, the Ducks in the beginning of the year, he had a rough game against Dallas, and thank God the Flyers had 3 short-handed goals. They went to overtime. This has been a common theme all throughout the year. You had like I said, the Boston game, he wasn't great against Tampa Bay in some of them, and two of the losses against Tampa. You have that, you have tonight, you have the Stadium Series. It's like, what are we doing here? And look, I like Urson. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say he's a guy that, they don't believe in or shouldn't be a starter or anything like that, but he's a rookie, and you're going to go through this. And that's the frustrating part, is like everyone wants to anoint him of this like title, and it's like he can't do that yet. Clearly, he's proven it over and over again, and it's not I'm not even saying it to discredit him. It's just, that's what it is right now. And this game was over early. I mean, the Leafs, they dominated in zone time for what it felt like. It felt like every time they had the puck, it was threatening against the Flyers. It's a frustrating game. I mean, you just can't, you can't lose this one like that. It's not good. And I didn't like the Paling line tonight. It felt like every shift they were hemmed in the Flyers' end. They couldn't move the puck out. Again, they lost a ton of puck battles. The Flyers' defense it's just not a good defense score. I mean, the lines for this one were Tippett, Lawton, Konechny. That line did nothing all night. Cates, Paling, Hathaway. That line did nothing all night either. Farabee, Frost, Forrester, Gurianov, Couturier, and Brink. Defense was York, Sanheim, Stahl, Adderds, and Woola Johnson. You can't play, and I don't even know if they'll make the playoffs now if they have this type of roster throughout the rest of it. Because if they're going to keep playing like this, it's like there's no chance. I mean, the only way that they get in is, and part of the reason they're still in a spot is because the East is so bad. So it's like, I mean, outside of the Atlantic and a couple of the top teams, it's in the Metro. I mean, it's pretty wide open. I mean, none of the wild cards are even locked up. The top three, and not even really the top three in the Atlantic and the top two in the Metro are locked up. Everything else is just a landslide, and everyone's going to be trying to get in now with these next couple of games. Flyers, 34-25 and 876 points, 67 games played, 4-5-1 in our last 10. They've been struggling, and it's not good. It's not a good recipe to go in, especially later in the year. Now, it is nice to have meaningful games in March. It's nice to, have that type of thing. But I look at this as like, is it a playoff or bust situation? I don't know. I kind of view it as good if you do. It's kind of good and bad in both ways. Because I look at it like this. It's like, for these players, they 100% want to make the playoffs. They want to play playoff games in front. I don't care what it takes. If this team can just get in, it would be great to cover games and make videos about it. That would be awesome, right? That's pretty much the main reason I want them to make it. I understand the whole rebuild and all that, but 99.9% of the reason that I want them to get in is so that I can make videos. We can do content at Maher Media for that. And I hope you follow us along for that if they do make the playoffs. If they miss, it would suck. Yeah, it would. I mean, from this whole year of thinking, oh, they're pretty much going to be a playoff team, we're going to be able to cover. I mean, I've been putting money aside to even get playoff tickets if they do make it. I've only been to one playoff game in my life, and they've only made the playoffs twice, or not twice, but they've only won a playoff series one time in the years that I've been a fan of this team. I started watching the last lockout, so yeah, I'd like to see some playoff hockey. Do I think at this stage of the organization they need the playoffs? Probably not. It would probably be better to obviously get the picks. Do I think they need it? No, but it would be better, right? Obviously. To me, I don't necessarily look at the assets and everything else with the Flyers as a dire thing, because I have always said they have a development issue, and they've had one, and that needs to be addressed very, very soon, because they will not be going anywhere with this rebuild if they don't fix the development problem. And this game was just another unfortunate one that just it's another one of those games that they don't have the high end talent and the other team does. Bertuzzi scores, Holberg, it's a clean draw, 3-0. I mean, that one. That was a beautiful play by Bertuzzi. He was great tonight. That doesn't count, though. Hand pass. And then they get a power play, don't score, and Liljegren makes it 3-0 on a goal that Urson has to have. It's like, again, proving over and over again that Urson just can't. He can't do it. And I don't want to be that negative about it, but I can't say anything else. I mean, yes, Urson's had some good games. He's had some good moments. He's had some great saves at times. But unfortunately, in the games against the high-end talent, the Flyers either A, haven't been great in front of him, or B, he's given up some soft goals. I mean, you can't deny that. And it's been tough. It really has. I mean, to be 3-1 and you kind of battled for that period, you had some chances there. 4-1 Matthews scores, Nylander, 2 goals in 8 seconds, 6-1, 3 guys without a stick, Forrester without a shorty at the end. That was garbage time at that point. I mean, it's not good. It's not good on home ice. Thankfully, the Tampa game was on the road. This one's at home. I don't know if I'd have to think that the lines are different for Saturday against the Bruins, because at this point it's honestly a must win. I mean, every game looks like a must win at this point. If you're looking at for how tight it is, it's getting there, and I really don't know if they can sustain this. I really don't. I mean, I had some hope earlier in the week, and I thought maybe a win against San Jose would help that, but after tonight, I don't know if I feel that's that same way. I really don't. And it's so frustrating because, again, like I said, I mean, they've been this way all year, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Thankfully, this team has a response. If they can get a big win Saturday in Boston against the Bruins and get back on the right track and come back home, that would be cool. That would be really, really good, especially with the Islanders, who, again, I've mentioned on the podcast, they have a gauntlet coming up as well of tough games. And they lost again tonight. They've been shut out in 2 straight. So, I don't know. We'll see. Thanks, everybody, again, for all the support as always. My name is Chris, and I'll talk to you all again soon.